Episode 6, Dojo Days. The sun had barely risen when the courtyard of the Ruzin dojo came alive. The sound of bare feet slapped against wooden planks. The sharp crack of practice staffs echoed as they struck targets. Children grunted with effort, their voices blending with the steady rhythm of discipline. Over it all carried the stern voice of Kenji.
Back straighter, foot firmer, strike cleaner.
His words cut through the morning haze like a blade. Kenji's narrow eyes swept across the rows of students. His wiry frame and furrowed brows made him look perpetually irritated, and today he was in an even fouler mood. Among the children stood Shin, smaller than most, yet his stance was steady, his movements precise. He flowed through each motion with quiet determination, never faltering. Beside him, Taro threw himself into every strike with reckless energy. His foot slipped, his arm too wide, but his grin never faded. And Mika, sharp-eyed and cheeky, stuck her tongue out at Kenji whenever he turned away.
Again!
Kenji barked. The children groaned, sweat dripping, yet none dared disobey. Master Ryuzin had left town earlier that morning to visit an old friend, leaving Kenji in charge. The burden weighed on him, though he would never admit it. His eyes narrowed as they lingered on Shin.
That boy.
He muttered under his breath.
Always too calm, always too steady. What lies beneath that stillness?
Kenji's challenge. Later that day, Kenji called out.
You, step forward.
Shin obeyed, bowing politely. Kenji's gaze swept across the courtyard.
3 of you, test him. Don't hold back.
A ripple of excitement passed through the students. Whispers buzzed. Who would step up? Haruto, tall and wiry, stepped forward first. His temper was as sharp as his strikes. Riku followed, heavyset, gripping a polished staff. His strength was raw but dangerous. Last was Sora, the youngest of the trio, but quick as lightning, his fists known to blur in motion. The 3 formed a loose circle around Shin. Dust rose from the ground, stirred by their steps. Kenji's voice cracked like a whip.
Begin.
Shin versus 3 disciples. Haruto lunged first, his palms glowing faintly with iron palm form, a technique designed to shatter defenses. He roared as he drove his strike downward. Shin twisted aside at the last instant, catching Haruto's wrist and pulling him forward. With a single fluid motion, he spun the taller boy to the ground. "One move!" a disciple gasped. Haruto slammed the dirt, coughing, his pride burning hotter than his bruises. Riku roared, swinging his staff in a sweeping arc. The polished wood hummed as it cut through the air. Shin ducked low, his foot snapping out in a dragon sweep. Riku staggered but thrust his staff like a spear, grazing Shin's shoulder. Shin responded with a sharp palm strike, deflecting it with ease. "That's 3 counters already!" another student cried. Sora darted in then, fists snapping forward in a blur. Flowing fist style, rapid, relentless. His knuckles flashed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shin absorbed the strikes along his forearms, stepping backward, then slipped behind him. With a push, he shoved Sora into Haruto, who had just managed to rise. Both tumbled back down, groaning. The courtyard erupted with shouts. 5, 6. Children counted eagerly, their voices full of awe. But the fight wasn't finished. Riku charged again, swinging downward with crushing force. Shin sidestepped, feeling the wind of the strike brush past him. Haruto feinted high, aiming for Shin's face, only for Shin to block low, catching the strike before twisting his arm. Sora leapt with a spinning kick, his heel aimed at Shin's temple. Shin met him midair, shin against shin. The impact cracked like wood snapping, and both stumbled back. Dust rose around them. The courtyard rang with every strike, the air alive with tension. Some students cheered Shin, others whispered uneasily. He's just a foundling. How can he fight like this? It's not natural. Or maybe he's destined for more. Finally, Shin pivoted, thrusting his palm into Riku's chest. The heavy boy staggered, then collapsed to the ground, gasping. Haruto charged again in fury, but Shin met his momentum with a clean throw over his shoulder, sending him crashing flat. Sora, desperate, lunged once more, but Shin braced, deflecting him aside. The younger boy rolled across the dirt, defeated. All three lay sprawled on the ground. Shin alone remained standing, chest rising steadily, his calmness unshaken. The courtyard erupted. I can't believe it. He handled all three. No way. They went easy on him. You saw it, his movements, too sharp. Admiration clashed with envy. One boy in the corner clenched his fists, muttering, "Next time I'll be the one to put him down." Kenji stood silent, his arms folded, eyes sharp. Inside, his thoughts tangled, admiration and jealousy, both dangerous in a dojo. His gaze settled on Shin. The boy stood calm, still as water. That calmness unsettled Kenji more than any strike, a storm hidden in a boy's skin. And storms, they never stay quiet for long.
Enough noise!
Kenji barked. Instantly, silence fell. Instead of praise, Kenji tossed a pouch of coins toward Shin, Taro, and Mika.
Take these. Go into town. Buy herbs and rice for the dojo. If you return late or empty-handed, drills will double tomorrow.
Taro groaned.
Errands? After all that?
Kenji's glare silenced him instantly. The three set off. The village bustled with life, vendors shouting, banners fluttering, the scent of grilled fish drifting on the wind. Shin carried the heavier bundles while Taro stumbled, nearly dropping the basket twice.
Focus!
Mika scolded, tugging him forward. They passed by, gossiping townsfolk. That's Ruzine's foundling. Strange how he carries himself. Shin heard it all, but kept silent, his steps steady. When they returned, other disciples waited at the gates. Some clapped Shin on the back, voices full of admiration. Others turned away, muttering bitterly. Kenji silenced them with a glare, though his own thoughts remained troubled.
He learns too quickly, faster than any boy should. If this continues, he may outgrow us all.
That evening, after chores were done and lanterns dimmed, Shin climbed onto the dojo rooftop. The stars stretched endlessly above, cold and bright. Taro clambered up after him, grinning wide.
There you are. Thought you'd already run off to be some wandering hero.
Mika followed, arms folded.
If he did, he'd leave you behind first.
Shin's eyes stayed fixed on the stars.
One day, I want to see the world beyond these hills. Oceans, mountains, warriors, everything.
Taro lay back, hands behind his head.
Then let's promise. No matter where we go, no matter what happens, we'll always find our way back together.
Mika hesitated, then reached out her hand.
Fine, but you two better not make me regret this.
The three clasped hands, their laughter carrying softly into the night air. When the laughter faded, Shin lingered. The stars shimmered like distant fires, and his chest tightened with longing. The world is vast.
If I can grow strong enough, I'll see it someday.
But not all eyes that night were kind. Beyond the dojo gates, cloaked in shadow, a lone figure stood. He had watched the sparring. He had followed them to town. And now he watched their laughter beneath the stars. His lips curled into a humorless smile. So this is the boy Master Ryuzen shelters. Interesting. He stepped back into the darkness, his presence swallowed by the night. His task was simple: to observe, to learn, and to report. Far beyond the quiet town, a rival awaited his word, a rival whose name was not yet spoken.